Hello, hello. And we are live. Hello, everyone. Just popping here again live to share my story today. But before that, I'm guided to share the Oracle guidance for today that I got in my one-on-one session with my soulmate student, one of my soulmate students. I don't know if I should mention her name, but so this is the guidance that we received today. Yin. So what is the yin card? This is the feminine principle of receptivity, right? There's a yin and a yang. So the art of conscious allowing, that is a message for us today. And I guess that's very, very much related to what I'm going to be sharing to you. Letting someone else give to us, others give to you, giving to yourself also, and also in the process, letting someone else make the first move. So that's the message that we got in my one-on-one session with my dear student. um, Actually, just to tell you the backstory, so I was also talking to her a couple of nights ago, and I was telling her she should be allowing herself to receive more, because I was just like encouraging her, the way my coaches encouraged me, the way I was able to encourage myself. Because no matter what people say, or no matter how much people believe in you, it wouldn't really matter if you don't believe in yourself, right? So, but of course, it helps so much when someone is there really to guiding you and mentor you, to guide you and mentor you, inspire you and motivate you every step of the way. Because imagine if our parents or all our teachers really programmed us to believe that anything is possible, you're a multimillionaire, you can do it, you're worthy of everything that you want in your life. If that's our programming every day, imagine how much expansive we are right now. Imagine what life we're gonna live, right? So I was telling her she should be allowing herself to receive more, because she's giving so much. And so I was telling her, come on, you're giving such accurate intuitive readings and coaching. How much preparation, how much studying, all the books, all the courses have you taken? She's enrolled in my life coaching certification program, 3-month training program. How much breadth of knowledge. And aside from my program, she's also studying, of course, other courses, like like how we are in this community. We're spiritual healing junkies, and I myself, I love learning about well-being, about psychology, about magic and mysticism. I also enjoy reading the Bible. By the way, like when I would encounter Bible courses that I really Bible quotes and chapters that I really love, I would take note of them and I would share them in my courses. And Neville Goddard actually also quotes the Bible. Neville Goddard is, I think, the first ever new age leader when it comes to law of assumption. It's the law that I'm really passionate about right now. I started, of course, with law of attraction. So I was telling my student, how much breadth of knowledge do you have, or are you developing, are you integrating, the energy you take, the concern that you give, the love that you give, the energy you exert in your sessions, and you're not accepting, you're not allowing yourself to receive the abundance exchange that you're worthy of. And I also was talking to another of my dear soulmate students about this, and she's already a Reiki master. And actually, I'm so happy because in our last session, she said she finally accepted abundance exchange for her light work. Finally, after years of studying, after years of light work service, finally, right? The thing is, when we are not accepting abundance exchange for the work that we're doing, we'll end up having to work side hustles, right? It's okay to have side hustle. I also have a side hustle. I teach English to French professionals. Before I did full time, like my schedule before was crazy, like Monday to Friday full time, and then Saturday to Sunday, my spiritual work in person and online, and then in between time zones, like when it's not yet 8 a.m. in Paris, that means that's already like morning time in the Philippines. Am I right? Yeah. Because 8 a.m. in Paris is like 2 p.m. in the Philippines. So before 8 a.m., I can still squeeze in my spiritual work. And then after like the Philippines, the Filipinos are already sleeping. And the Philippines is asleep, is fast asleep. I'm still working in the Dubai time zone because there's like 4 hours of difference. And Paris and Dubai, either 3 hours or 2 hours of difference, depending on the daytime savings. Like they shift time zones. So right now it's 2 hours difference. Anyway, what I'm saying is that last year I was working 3 full-time jobs. That was crazy. And I wasn't making the abundance, financial abundance that I am allowing myself to receive now. Like before, my Oracle card reading course was just like 111 USD. Now it's 444. Next year, I'm going to increase it to 555 because I spent so much work in it. I've developed it with my heart and soul, and I can better show up for my clients if I'm well compensated. And I want you to realize this. You cannot show up for your people if you're drained, if you're exhausted all the time. And imagine a person giving you 500 US dollars for a session versus a person giving you $5 for a session. Of course, you'll show up much better, the best version of yourself, the best way possible. You want your clients to achieve faster results and that is actually what's happening. Like, I swear, I promise, the clients who would discount, who would ask for like a special consideration, they heal in a much slower rate than those who really allow abundance to flow through them. And I'm also telling this from personal experience, from first person perspective, because I love asking for discounts. I used to ask discounts for a lot. And I still give discounts. Even my Reiki master teacher still gives discounts. I still do, especially to your loyal clients. But my coach, Anna Kitney, doesn't really recommend that. She said, and my other coach, Elle Crawford, my high performance business coach, Elle Crawford, and then my spiritual advisor and transformational teacher, intuitive business coach, Anna Kitney, they don't really recommend you wavering your prices or adjusting. So anyway, I'm still working on that. But my point is, we have to allow abundance to flow through you. And so let me go back to my session with my client. She's one of the best intuitive coaches in the Philippines. I believe that. And we both feel that she's in this period of transformation right now. And our meeting earlier and when we first communicated by Instagram, it was just so easy breezy. But the backstory is last month, she enrolled in my life coaching certification course. So it's a 3-month training program where I teach not just life coaching, but also neurolinguistic programming and law of attraction. And I also teach how you can launch your soulful business. So she paid the 2,500 US dollars in full, one click in full, straight to my Stripe account. This same student said no to me So this same student who paid in full, and I love her so much, said no to me when I invited her to my exclusive group, Empowered Women's Club, where I give weekly coaching support. And that's just like 111 USD. But 3 months after, so I was just praying for her. I was like not taking it personally. Now, if you know me by now, but if you've been following me or we've been connected for years now, I do offer my services to people. I DM people. I'm a manifesting generator, so I tend to, I'm action oriented. I'm proactive, and so before I would take it personally if someone rejects me, or I would even cry, or like a client or a student backs out, or I would literally cry. I was so sad whenever these things happen. When someone says no to me, and I've experienced several rejection in my life, like so many rejection in my life. But now I'm just like, I'm smiling. I'm like, okay, it's all right. I don't take it personally anymore. Well, sometimes there are still moments, right? But I brush it off, like shake it off, shake, 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 shake. I know, because I know now from experience. Because before I didn't know, right? I have no clue. But now I know from experience that when a client or a student dissipates or disappears or backs out, I know that someday, somehow, a better client that is more aligned for me, a soul aligned client that's more aligned for me, will appear, that I will attract the right people for me, and that those people who say no are those who are maybe not yet ready, not willing, they're not willing to take the risk, it's not yet time, it's not yet their divine timing. And that's okay. I cannot push them no matter how much I want to. um and I get so excited with these things, so like it's my passion. And I love teaching. I love teaching people also how to be more expansive, right? And so before also I would cry, because before, when I would do my sessions, I would price it at a very low rate, and then I will target, okay, I need at least 20 attendees to make this type of this amount of money. For example, let's speak in pesos. 1,000 pesos times 20 people, that's 20,000 pesos, right? So I need 20 people for a 1,000 peso course to have 20,000 pesos. And of course, I have a son, I have my expenses, I have my business expenses, I have staff in my business. So at that time, that was how I am. And then I was like, oh my God, only 3 people enrolled in my course. I was like, so I'll be so devastated. Even when I go live and then only 1 person will be there, I would be so sad. But now I don't care, even if it's just 1 person, or even if there's no one, I'm gonna go live. So it's the quality, not the quantity. Before I thought it's the quantity, but now it's the quality. So now if only one person enrolls in my 444 USD Oracle card reading course, for example, or Reiki or other courses, that's more than 20,000. That's like one person worth 20 persons. So yeah, I'm not really well versed in mathematics, but I hope you get what I mean. I hope you get what I mean. So what I'm saying is, there are ways around the business. There are adjustments that you're gonna do. There are ways around. Hold on. There are mistakes that you're gonna make, and there are course corrections that you're gonna make along with the mistake. Okay, so thank you for being here with me live. To those who are here, if you have any questions, light bulb moments, just share with me in the chat, or you can just message me. So as I was saying, this same student said no to me, right? And then after a few months, I just no messages, no exchange of messages, no discovery call. She enrolled in my life coaching program. And this is because I meditated, I sent her so much love. I knew it because there's this process that I teach, cosmic ordering, and it was also taught to me by my coach. Cosmic ordering, you order your soul aligned clients and students to the universe. You know, you imagine what kind of people they are, your ideal client, what kind of people you want to serve, and then you imagine the feeling that they will have, the results, the transformation that they will experience as they work with you. So anyway, I can explain to you that later on. It's part of my Soulful Business course and my life coaching program. But basically, it's about really ordering from the universe your soul aligned clients and students who respect you, who value you, who love you, who support you, who are your cheerleaders, who want to create ripples of positive effects, who would create massive value and impact to the world together with you, who had no resentment. Like, honestly, there's still some clients or students who would resent. I experienced this before, like, who would resent paying you. And you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. So no matter how much adjustment you offer, and it's okay. Sometimes there are reasons that you wouldn't understand, but you just gotta give love, unconditional love. And I was sharing this in my private, exclusive Empower Women's Club membership group, that shadow work. I was sharing about shadow work, that when someone is doing something bad or when someone is hurting us, sometimes we would want to seek revenge, or we want to seek justice, or we get depressed, all these things, right? But honestly, what we have to do is comfort yourself, hear yourself, and then give unconditional love. Shift your focus, give unconditional love to the person, to yourself, and focus on your creations, your projects, your creative juices. Exercise your creative juices, and focus on how you can move on. Move on. Or if someone hurts you, make a way to make yourself happy, or make someone else happy. You transmute the negative into positive. Anyway, so her concern, this student that I was talking about, that I'm sharing to you about, my soulmate student, her concern is that she's having resistance in raising her rates because she was comparing among the practitioners in the Philippines. And then I guided her to realize that she should not compare, or she should maybe benchmark with the international ones. And it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. Because the reason why we lower our rates, and it's okay, like sometimes you lower your rates because you want more to reach more people, like when I offer Pay What Feels Good workshops. But your high ticket programs, and this is what I teach in my course also, that you should have a high ticket program, like a program that is your signature package, that's uniquely yours, based on your life experiences, based on the value that you can give, that you uniquely can provide to the world. And yeah, so one mistake that I've done before is to compare. And that's the lesson that I learned in my Soulful Business. That's one thing. It's to stop comparing. Let us stop comparing. Let's not compare like, oh my goodness, I cannot charge more than my teacher, or my classmates, or my student even. You have your own program, create your own, and you have all the right because it's your own. That's what I encourage everyone to do. So in the first part of this webinar 2 days ago, I shared the top 3 most valuable lessons I learned in setting up my Soulful Business from scratch. I shared about core confidence, commitment, and consistency. So there are 7 others: clearing resistance and limiting beliefs, communicating my gifts with love, coming from a place of service, constantly investing in myself, and collaborating with soulmate connections. And I'm going to add one more to that, which is stop comparing. Okay, so I have a total of 11 now, and that will really equate to success. So to those who are new here in this page, I just want to introduce myself. I am Aleli Carissa Jimena. I am the founder of Empowerment Life Coaching. I registered my business here in the United Arab Emirates. I am a well-being coach, an intuitive success mentor, and a transformational teacher. I am a master energy healer. I studied Reiki, so I'm a Reiki master teacher, data healing, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, capacitar, wellness, tools for stress relief and trauma healing. I also studied well-being counseling from KU Leuven. It's a school from Europe, but it's an online education. I also studied chakra healing and aura cleansing. I studied so much. Like I'm also an access course facilitator. So I studied so much modalities, but I didn't realize that they're all the same. In the end, I realized they're all the same. They have several common denominators, and that's why what I teach also in my life coaching course. And I also studied, of course, life coaching from my mentor. I love my mentor. She's such an amazing teacher, Gabriela Embon from Montreal, Canada. And I love healing. I love teaching. I love nurturing people. I love loving teaching people how to love themselves. And I love empowering people to gain core confidence. Core confidence. I don't just say confidence, core confidence. Confidence coming from inside you, not confidence from validation or affirmation from others, but in your gut, you know you can and you know you will, no matter what, or no matter what people say or no matter what people do. I love encouraging people to develop empowering beliefs, align with their soul purpose, and co-create with the universe. I'm also a professional teacher and a loving mom to my 17-year-old son. So this mini webinar is entitled Selling with Soul and Purpose, How I Co-Created the Universe 20,000 US dollars cash flow in 70 days. So I did that with my Soulful Business. And when I say cash flow means, of course, flow, right? In and out and in and out. So I have to pay my business license, my staff, my Wix, my Calendly, my Zoom, Typeform, boosting ads on IG, all these things. Like, you have business expenses that come along with setting up your Soulful Business. And I set up my business legit officially here in the United Arab Emirates. And I'm also an internationally accredited executive training provider by International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine. And so I'm a holistic therapist, IPHM training provider. All these things I have built in around 1.5 years, because I started to be accredited by IPHM September last year. End of August, actually. End of August. So before I continue my story and introduce myself and give my summary, I really want to say thank you and express my sincere gratitude to all of you here. I know my students said they're going to watch the replay. So thank you for watching. I want to express my sincere gratitude to all of you. I want to honor everyone who's here. I'm very, very happy to be here in this space, you know, teaching online. I'm from Dubai, and then I teach people from all over the world. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. So whether you're watching live or on replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm really, really humbled and honored, and I'm just feeling excited because this is really the first time for me to do this, like this month, to really share my story to everyone. And yeah, I guess it starts with authenticity, really authenticity. And starting with being who you really are. First, before you share your story, you have to be comfortable with who you really are. All right. So yeah, so I shared about core confidence, commitment, and consistency in the first part. And then now I'm going to be sharing about clearing resistance and limiting beliefs, communicating my gifts with love, coming from a place of service, constantly investing in myself, and collaborating with soulmate connections. Um, so I'm still a baby, literally and figuratively, here in Dubai. I came here as a tourist during the pandemic. And I registered my business here because I wanted to stay. I didn't want to go back to the Philippines at that time. It was 2021 and I was just a tourist here. September, I found Dubai because I wanted to travel and there was no other place feasible for me to visit that is as open as the UAE. I want to be really vulnerable here. I didn't plan all of this. Again, I came to Dubai for leisure and pleasure and for love, and I just really got lucky in the whole process of it all. So as I was mentioning, I was in a long distance relationship and really wanted to meet, to be physical in the flesh, and we chose Dubai because he's from Europe and I'm from the Philippines, so this is the middle ground. Unfortunately, that relationship didn't work out in the end, but I found amazing opportunities here. I decided to stay here. Anyway, I'm very happy now. My heart is my heart is happy now. So there was a time when I was building my business when my heart was like really aching. I'm healing my heart while I'm building my business. It's really hard. It's a challenge. So anyway, I decided to stay here to explore what's really in store for me. I was just saying yes to what feels right. I was following my heart and my intuition, and I'm now in a healthy place in my life. I'm doing what I love to do. Of course, there's still challenges, but really love I would always choose this than, than my old life in the Philippines. I'm doing well-being coaching on a daily basis. I'm teaching personal development, English communication also. I'm now doing what I love to do. I love working at home from the comfort of my own space. So I'm also a holistic therapist and executive training provider accredited by, again, the IPHM. But it takes a lot of work to do that, because of course you have to apply for that, you have to do your manuals, so it's not easy. It's a journey. It takes a lot of time to sit down with yourself, organize your thoughts, create your own programs, offer yourself to people, and also 80% of that is mindset shift, and I teach that in my life coaching course, right? Mindset plus actions is equal to results. So a lot of mindset shifts. So I practice yoga, I practice meditation, I practice energy healing, practice oracle guidance, and all things woo-woo and esoteric and spiritual. I love crystals, I love incense and essential oils and aromatic candles. Oh, it's so funny because I was just sharing in my story that, so I have I have a candle, and then it was burning, and then this caught in my bedside table. Oh, look at that. Because it's like wooden. No, it's like, yeah, it is wood. It's like really wood. So I think it's a coconut husk or something. And it's the first time to use this, to buy this candle. So it caught fire yesterday, and I'm glad I'm alive. My son saved us. My son is my savior. And anyway, so I love candles. I also teach people how to become like me. So currently, I have a life coaching certification program and a Reiki Master Apprenticeship, plus well-being coaching programs. It's not just Reiki Master Apprenticeship. I also teach Ho'oponopono, chakra healing, aura cleansing. I insert my knowledge on breath work. I'm a Tantra yoga teacher. I studied in Thailand in 2019. So I'm very well versed in yoga and pranayama and holistic healing. And among the many holistic healing modalities that I teach, my home is Reiki. It's actually my home among the many holistic healing modalities. But again, as I've mentioned, they're all the same. They like how religion, we all worship the same God, right? No matter how much holistic healing modalities you learn, you're gonna come back to what works for you. You're gonna create your own healing modality that works for you and your client. And yeah, it's not like, oh my God, I'm a better person because I have so much more certificates than you. No, it's not like that. Going to all these certification courses. Excuse me, let me just drink. Okay. So I also have an online sisterhood circle, Empowered Women's Club, where I do weekly group coaching. If you want to join my programs, let me know. I advocate spiritual well-being, personal development, and women empowerment. So these are what I live for on a daily basis. And having earned my degrees in Master of Arts in Education and Juris Doctor in Law, and having studied esoteric practices for more than 11 years now. Actually, even before that, I was just mentioning 11 years formally because I started learning about Reiki in 2012, formal studies. But even before that, of course, I was even when I was a really young girl, I was already learning about magic and witches and mysticism and all angels and fairy goddess. Like I remember I was growing up, one of my favorite TV show is Okay Ka Fairy Ko. So if you remember the Filipinos here, the character there, actually there are two wives, I think, or three. Yeah, I think Alice Dixon and then Tweety De Leon. They're like fairy goddesses, right? And I would always do what they're doing, like with their third eye, and like I would love all these magic and mysticism. And I was growing up, I would always talk to my angels. I would pretend I'm having tea with my guardian angel. So I'm the only girl growing up. I was the only girl, and I was the only girl because later on we found out that I'm not the only girl. Anyway, that's another story. So when I was growing up, I'm the only girl, and my brothers are pairs, and then my father and my mother, they're pairs. And so I grew up like, I feel like I was alone. I don't have a partner. And so one of my limiting belief, or my shadow side, is that I feel alone. And I guess that's the way the universe gifted me with such an amazing son to be my partner in life, amidst all of the other lovers and partners that I had or may have. I have a son who's like my own. So I love learning and sharing divine wisdom. So all in all, I've been officially registered as a business here in the UAE since November 2021, but I started teaching end of November, apologies. End of 2020, I was already teaching. Yeah, around November 2020, I taught my first ever Reiki course. So I was already a Reiki master in 2020, but I started learning it 2012 to 2020. That was like, should I do this? I was wishy-washy in my Reiki healing journey because I was so scared to be judged by society. So from November 2021, when I registered my business, until now, so that's around almost 2 years, but not yet. A year and a half, shall I say. So I'm still a baby or a toddler. 1.5 years, that's a toddler. Almost terrible twos. I was just talking about terrible twos to my goddess sister, perfect collaborator, goddess Krish. So we do divine goddess empowerment classes together. We were just talking about how it's a challenge to have a child that's growing up terrible twos. As a mom, I honor her. I'm inspired by her. If you don't follow her, please follow her. She's like one of my sisters in this virtual community, Goddess Krish. So I'm still growing and I'm still evolving, and I'm just really excited and looking forward for what's coming for me here. So I'm really excited for the next project with the UAE's leading Filipino women business owners and professionals community here in the UAE. So they just invited me to be part once again of the summit, Entrepreneur Summit here in the UAE. So I'm very excited. That's gonna happen next month. The first event was when I was invited to be a panelist speaker in last March this year, before I went to Greece, the weekend before I went to Greece. And I remember it was just really scary for me. It was the first time that I'm gonna speak to more than 50 people. That was the targeted number of people. I think around 40 came. And in my head, my limit is like 10. Like how I attract intimate classes. Anyway, so that's Fearless Fab Flamingo. It's one of the communities that I belong here in Dubai, in the UAE. We're a social network of creative, strong, and empowered individuals and business owners whose sole mission is to support and elevate the Filipino community in the UAE. So, yeah. And I was asked, what am I gonna what do I want to share to aspiring entrepreneurs to inspire them, or what inspired me to become an entrepreneur, and what do I want to share about my journey? So I told them that what really inspired me to become an entrepreneur, to become my own boss, is shifting from slave girl persona to being the empress of my life. I was living a victim mentality and lack mindset for a long time. I was also working jobs that I didn't like for years and years. I was a corporate slave. I was an executive assistant, and that is basically just a fancy title for dignified slave. I was like reporting to 2 or more bosses at that time. I remember I was reporting to the president, or the mom of the president / general manager. The mom is the consultant, and then there's a son. I was working for Republic Apparel Retailers. It's a clothing retail company under Rustans. And then the owners are, of course, they're a family. So I was reporting to the mom and the son, the consultant and the president / general manager. And I was also reporting to the store operations manager. And I was like, who should I follow first? And that was my first job. I remember 18,000 pesos. 18,000 pesos. And I grabbed it because I was a young mom. I was the breadwinner. My family wasn't really supporting me that time because, hello, I have my own family already. My son was 1 year old at that time, and my ex-husband, he was not really helping me financially. I was more of the one who's, putting him to school, enrolling him, and stuff like that. It was an abusive relationship. It was toxic, and my life was a mess at that time. I was abused. Actually, I don't want to say that word anymore because it's not fair, because I allowed it to happen, right? I don't want to say like he's narcissistic. He has this social disorder and I don't, because I allowed it to happen. So maybe I'm also narcissistic, right? I'm sure the victims of narcissists have some aspects in them that they have to clear in themselves too. And I'm very much responsible for that. Anyway, So I was an executive assistant, merchandising manager. I was then a tax advisory associate after my law school. So I did master's, I did management of applied chemistry, and then first I did Philippine Science High School. When I was growing up, that was a rigorous schooling, and then Masters of Arts in Education, and then law school, Juris Doctor. So I became a tax advisory associate, and I also worked as a high school teacher and school administrator. And though I love teaching, I was very much underpaid, and I was overworked, and I felt very limited in my life. And to add to that, I was again in an abusive, toxic relationship. I mean, again, I'm responsible, okay? I'm just labeling it as that because the words that were spoken to me, like you're no one will accept you anymore, that you're worthless, that if you break up with me, you won't have no one will love you, like those words, typical drama telenovela words that the patriarchal society condones, like words that I don't even know how. Oh my God, now I'm remembering the words. I forgot them already. But I don't even know how those words can come out of a person you love to someone that you're supposed to love, Anyway, so I guess I have my part there. I also said bad words, right? So I was living in a toxic environment for around a decade of my life. And that's just not one guy, two guys, two men, two major relationships. And so now, looking back, the transformation that occurred for me in becoming my own queen without depending on anyone else. But of course, I accept and still ask and receive support from others, like my friends, like how now I have an investor from my parents also. If they want to help me, then of course, I receive my family. But the responsibility is now coming from me. Like, it's not anymore, you're responsible for my life. This is my decision now. This is my soul purpose. I'm living my soul purpose, and I'm living a life of freedom. No matter what people will say, I'll find a way to do what I feel is right for me. So it was really such a huge paradigm shift in all aspects of my life, not just business, but also in the matter of relationships. And I was talking about this to my student earlier, that if you allow yourself to receive in your business, it also follows in other aspects of your life, right? So the oracle guidance to earlier was allow yourself to receive, be the shape, not the shaper, and like allow abundance to flow through you in a way that you're giving goodwill. But no matter how much goodwill you give, and the universe will bring all the goodness to you, but if you don't receive, if you don't allow yourself to receive, then you wouldn't live the abundant life that you're so deserving to live. So if you were to ask me also if I have a specific inspiration, like a person, I would say, of course, my son, because I want him to live an amazing life. I want to give him a really good life that is, like, I want to correct, that is not the same as what I live. Like, I made mistakes along the way, by the way. Like, I'm not saying that I'm a perfect mom, because I made so many mistakes also as a mom, especially I'm a single mom. I remember I told my son, Alan, can you forgive me for all my mistakes? I am a single mom. And then he told me, I am a single child. Isn't that amazing? Like, yeah, you're right. You are a single child. So I made many mistakes. Like, I was like neglecting him because I don't have that much space in my head. I was studying so much. I was worrying where to get the next monthly expense, how to pay his tuition fee. It's so expensive to raise a very brilliant kid. But I want to give him an amazing life. I don't want him to live the life that I was living, like, just studying all day books, and from morning to evening, just really focusing on your grades. No hobbies really, or no really, not much time for hobbies. I did have time for hobbies, but I think there should be more. There should be more. And I think I don't blame my parents at all, but I think there's something wrong with the system, with the educational system we're in. And I think it's improving now, for sure, because when I was a senior high school teacher, we teach personal development as a subject. Isn't that amazing? We teach English communication as a subject, media literacy as a subject. Before, it was just like the major science, math, and you study all day, don't have much time. There's not much value placed on your passions when we were growing up. So I want my son to be happy, and I want to be happy so I can make him happy. And when I was living my life, when I was working for jobs, for people, for corporations, when I was working my ass off for years, I was not happy. And I thought that I should work my ass off in order to be happy, or in order to deserve to be happy, in order to be abundant. And I shared this in my Instagram post today. If you've seen my post, like, I've been working my ass off for years and years. So I've shifted a lot of limiting beliefs, and I want to be an example, a role model for my son, to believe that anything is possible. Anything is possible when you're in alignment with faith, with trust, with joy, and you believe that you have the power within you to co-create with the universe, because you're always connected with the universe. You have the power within you to heal yourself. As a healer, you also would want to empower your clients, your students, to feel empowered to heal themselves. You have the power within you to manifest your dreams and co-create everything in your reality. It's just us stopping ourselves. Until now, I still have manifestations that are not yet coming, but I know deep inside me that I still have to dig something there and push beyond my upper limits, break my barriers, so that I can finally co-create the life that I truly desire. And I'm on my way there. I know that. And one Bible quote that I really love: we can do all things through Christ, our Lord, through the creator of all that is, that who gives us strength, divine wisdom, and love. So, as I've shared in the previous webinar 2 days ago, I've mentioned that the top 3 lessons that I learned are courage, consistency, and commitment. So if you have not watched that, please watch it. First, courage. So have the courage to follow your heart, your intuition. You have to feel the fear and do it anyway, but your heart truly knows what you truly want to become. And we have to know if it's aligned to us, if it feels aligned, if it feels expansive. Does it make you feel like you're in your soul flow? If yes, do it. And trust that you're safe, feel the fear, and do it anyway. Consistency. You don't just take a bath once and that's it. You cleanse yourself and shower daily. So you have to show up with the energy that you have that day. If you promise someone that you'll have a one-on-one session, you have to be there. You cannot just cancel, or a live event. And with consistency, you'll fail along the way. But I want you to know that it's safe to make mistakes. It's safe to learn with ease and grace. And if you fail, that's okay. Success is inseparable from failure. And we all fail, and then we rise up. We learn how to become stronger. We learn how to become more resilient. We learn how to become more forgiving ourselves for the mistakes that we have made. And we learn how to not take ourselves so seriously. And again, failure preludes success. Darkness is needed to see the stars. That's the law of polarity. And I have had so much mistakes, so much failures in my life. Imagine my 2 failed marriages. I'm annulled twice, by the way. It's possible. To everyone who's asking, it's possible. But I was annulled 4 times, because twice in civil, twice in the church, and it's so rigorous. Such a rigorous process with the bishops and everyone in the church annulment, and there's a civil annulment. If you have questions about that, I can help you. And of course, the money involved in all these process, the rigorous trial procedure. So just checking the chat box. So that's the law of polarity. Everything in the universe has a positive and a negative, a dark and light. Okay, so hot and cold, yin and yang, feminine and masculine, there's brightness and there's darkness. So you can't have one without the other. It's always like the law of duality, and we have to learn from the pain, from the mistake, and there's always a blessing, always a lesson from the challenging experience, and that our task is to find that, master those lessons. And oh, thank you very much for all the loves. Just checking the chat box. Thank you for being here. So again, commitment to your reason for being, to your soul purpose. So you have a calling simply because you're alive. You have a calling, and that I teach that in a life coaching class. What is it that you're called to do, right? It will depend on your past experiences, your life's meaning, your unique divine soul gifts. So take an inventory of your talents, of your gifts, and the value that you provide. Your passions should be in alignment also with the value that you provide. Like, are you passionate in teaching, for example? Are you passionate in creating art? So you have to find like a common denominator, or like an intersection, like in a Venn diagram, the intersection, the how, like the question, the essential question is how can you provide value to the world in a way that you'll use your passions and your unique divine soul gifts. All right. So commitment to your reason for being, that's really important. And with consistency, I just want to add, and I shared this in the last webinar, it seems like a lot of us started with something like a specific activity or a course or a project, and then in the middle of it all, we lose faith in ourselves, in our team, our loved ones, faith in creator, or our own creative energy. So we tend to get impatient when the results are not yet coming. And again, we're reminded to not procrastinate anymore, because procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. So we got to focus, don't get distracted, don't overthink things. You don't always have to be perfect all the time. Allow yourself to be messy, feel the fear, and do it anyway. You could always course correct along the way, and I've always been course correcting all the way. Just take the next baby step, one step at a time, one day at a time. Don't quit before the finish line. You're almost there. Keep on going. Just keep on keeping on and enjoy the journey. And my Reiki master teacher told me this: if it is for your highest good, if it is really in alignment with your soul purpose here in this lifetime, it's inevitable. It's yours. It is yours. It is done. The universe will support you. You'll find people who will support you along the way. As long as you're living your soul purpose and you always have this, it's a done deal mentality. Like, You have to start with your mind. You believe it on a daily basis, no matter what you see in the three-dimensional world. Three-dimensional circumstances don't matter. You hear this from coaches. Do you really believe that? Like you see it, and then no, this is not the truth. And then the next day you try again. The next day you try again. Persistence. So that's commitment. And know that you're always divinely guided and protected. That comes with also having an abundance mindset, that you allow love, you allow money, you allow resources and wealth to flow through you, knowing that you will never run out, because creator is the ultimate source of your supply. And I always say this, how can you run out? And also, the phrase or affirmation that best explains abundance mindset is, the more I give, the more I receive. The more I give, the more I receive. And I allow myself to receive the blessings, the abundance, the overflow. And that is, again, the oracle guidance today. The wealthier you become when you give. The more I give, the wealthier I become. And being wealthy gives you the more ability, gives you the power to help others. So when they tell you, when we're growing up and they tell us money is evil, no, that's not right. That's a lie. Money is so good. And what you spend will always come back to you 100 times fold, if that is what you believe, if it is all in your mindset and you're doing good, you're acting from a place of love and service and goodness and kindness. And being abundant isn't all about money. It's also about energy. It's the state of feeling and being wealthy and loved by appreciating each and every moment of the day, with or without money, being grateful for all the blessings and graces you already have in your life now. This, when you believe there are plenty of resources for everyone, that we can all have it all, and you're never in competition with others to share this universe. And that is what I'm saying. Let's not compare, let's not compete, because competition, that's coming from scarcity. And remember, what's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. Okay, so also in the yogic tradition, in the tantric perspective, when we reach the state of being incomparable, we will realize that true abundance within ourselves, and abundance will naturally flow to you. And the universe is also reminding us of the law of giving and receiving. Give to others or to yourself whatever you wish to receive. And I also want to tell you that you don't have to ask permission or seek validation. You don't have to wait to do whatever you want in your life. Like, if you're scared that you can't make it or you run out of energy, know that you're co-creating with God. You're never alone. So talk to God, ask for signs, for symbols, talk to him, talk to your inner being as you talk to God. You're not just manifesting as a person, you're manifesting with God. You're co-creating with the universe. That's why the title of this webinar is How I Co-Created with the Universe. And so how did I do it? I started raising my abundance exchange, as I've mentioned earlier. I accepted people from like international clients. I promoted myself internationally, and I did free workshops, free live webinars, and I also did Pay What Feels Good webinar. And I had an investor who joined my, actual investors, because they're a couple, who joined my Pay What Feels Good workshop, loved it, which is what I'm offering this weekend. You and Your Soulful Business, I'm doing a rerun. So my investors joined that workshop. They loved it. And then they both enrolled in my life coaching course, my high ticket program. So there's this thing called the know, like, and trust factor. You don't just buy from people you meet in the street. They have to know you first. They have to like you. They have to trust you. And again, this is another lesson that I've learned in my business. if the trust is broken, it would be really hard. I don't want to uncreate it and destroy it to like mend it, right? But it's possible to mend it. So take care of your, and I'm still learning, okay? I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I also have like challenges along the way until now. So what I'm saying is there's a know, like, and trust factor. They have to know you, they have to like you, they have to trust you. And so that's one thing. And that is you coming from a place of love, coming from a place of service, you know, loving them and serving them, and knowing that selling is serving, and realizing that, hey, if I don't sell my service to them, someone else will sell their service to them, who may not be as efficient than as you, who may not be as honest like you, or who may not have that same integrity that you have, or like, you know, deep inside you that you're gonna give them the best service, right? You know that deep inside you that you have this ability to heal them in the most effective way possible, because you have high intuition, you have this great connection with them. So if you don't offer your service to them, maybe they will not heal, and you want them to heal. You want them to expand, you want them to live the highest, fullest version of themselves. You want them to reach their fullest potential, and you know deep inside you that you're the only one who can do that for them. And that is what selling with souls, selling with purpose is, because you know, and also communicating your gifts with love. So you know your gifts, you have first to take an inventory of your gift, and that's one of the oracle guidance yesterday, the treasure island card. You have to take an inventory of your multiple intelligences, your talents, all your core values. What can you offer coming from your past experiences? What are the meaning? What are the lessons and the meaning and the value that you can give to others based on your past experiences? And then integrate that with your gifts as a person, your multiple intelligence, your unique divine soul gifts that you uniquely have, to offer the world. So yeah, that's a big part of selling with service, selling with purpose, selling with soul. And first you have to discover yourself first before anyone else will discover you. Like when I took my life coaching course, it was a 3-month program of me discovering myself. And that is also what I teach my students. My life coaching course is, if you see the testimonials, it's more than a self-discovery course, more than ever. I teach you I guide you in determining what your soul purpose is through the formula that I've learned from my coach. And also I've integrated other formula that I learned from other experts in this field of coaching. So, you know, knowing your core values, your gifts, that's really important. So sit down and really have that conversation with yourself and know what are your gifts, what are your talents, what are the talents that God gave you. And be grateful, appreciate all these graces that you have in your life. Okay, so the only way for us to receive value is if we give value. So also ask yourself that, how can I give value? How can I give value today? Ask that. How can I give value? How can I provide support? How can I make someone happy? How can I give love to myself and others? Ask that to yourself. And you know, the greatest celebrities, they're paid millions. How can you not be paid millions? Aren't you also a celebrity in your own right? The motivational speakers, they're paid millions. And you know, it doesn't matter if you just have 100 followers. It's not the quantity. I'm telling you, I just have 2,000 followers in my Instagram. I have coaches who have less followers. The head support coach of L. Crawford, Rosha, she's an Indian who lives in US. Her followers are less than mine, but she makes 10 times than me. She makes 10 times more money than me, but she has less followers on Instagram. She doesn't even have Facebook. So it doesn't matter if you just have like a small following, as long as there's quality, you find the right people for you. And I teach this also in my courses, cosmic ordering your soul aligned clients to the universe. So you don't have to wait to ask permission or seek validation from others. You first have to discover yourself, and you have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in ourselves, the world wouldn't believe in us. How do you make the world believe in you? Again, the answer is very simple, easy. We just have to make that choice. If you believe in yourself, if you truly believe in yourself, the world will believe in you. It's natural, it's inevitable, it follows. So confidence in yourself is what you have to embody on a daily basis to make the world believe in you. And I'm doing this for you to feel confidently beautiful, empowered, radiant, to live confidently the life of your dreams, to have self-esteem, the self-worth, the belief and the feeling that you're worthy, that you're good enough, the belief and the feeling that you're capable. Having that self-esteem that no matter what people or critics or naysayers say, you know you can, you know you're worthy, and you know you will. And part of knowing you're worthy is knowing what you're capable of, your strengths, your unique gifts, your abilities, your talents, your intelligences that are especially yours. And you have to communicate this with love, not with pride, but really being grounded that, hey, these are my gifts and I'm offering this to you. Allow me to help you. And that is a big part in selling with soul. And we got to do the belief work. Okay, we got to do the belief work. And remember, it's your birthright to be happy and abundant. And your natural essence is love and abundance. So allow yourself to receive more joy and more love. And, you know, according to the law of pure potentiality, everything already exists in the spiritual realm. You can collapse time. You can quantum jump to that future best version of you. And so you just have to release your resistance in receiving. You just have to align with what you want. It's already there. You just have to open your heart and ask for what you really want. Believe that you will receive, and you will. If you're ready, if you're willing to receive, and take the inspired action steps in aligning with what you want. Like, for example, I was guided to do this live webinar series, and I'm doing it. You know, I was guided. I got that message, and now I'm doing it. So it's guided. I'm guided to message some people. I message them. I know that it will come back. I know that even if some would say no, I know that my strength will be deepened. I'll be more strong, or like it will come back. Like today, someone enrolled in my Oracle card reading course. It's like you feel it coming. You feel it in all your 50 trillion cells, because our cells are sending out signals to the universe based on our beliefs, and what you vibrate, you attract. That's the law of vibration, right? I also teach that in my courses. So believe that it is your natural birthright to be rich, to be happy and successful and free. And to those who are having some difficulties with your health, believe that you deserve to be completely healed and healthy. And you are one with the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind. And this takes work. It takes, like me, I have coaches who help me, daily dose of my coaches, of inspiring mentors, meditation, walking by the beach with myself or with my son, or in my yoga mat, doing exercises before I sleep, or as I wake up in the morning, just really talking to myself. And really, sometimes you got to be delusional. Sometimes people will tell you, that's not going to work. But then sometimes you just have to be, no, I know this will work. And people will say you're delusional, but honestly, your personality creates your personal reality. And that's from Joe Dispenza. Your personality creates your personal reality. So change first within, and then you'll see the without. As within, as without. So your inner circumstances, your mindset will be reflected in your external circumstances. And again, the decision to become a better woman, becoming a better person, it's every day making the consistent actions. And one action that I took is, again, one of the learnings is collaborating. And one of the mistakes that I did is just like, I'm just open to collaborating with anyone. But now I filter now, you have to collaborate with quality people, collaboration with your soul aligned collaborators. Don't just like open yourself to everyone, because you have to protect your energies too. So that's one mistake. And the lesson is you'll find the people that are really meant for you along the way. And there are seasons. Everything has its season. Sometimes you'll be like working on a certain project, and then there's another season for a certain project. Sometimes you're in your happiest era, and then there are moments when you're in your purging, releasing, crying days. So there are seasons every day, but every day making the consistent action. It's not that one thing you do. It's the consistent things you do every day that's going to change everything. And that's going to help you have that identity shift. Every day you choose to be someone better than the last time. It's the small increments. It starts to add up over time. And I believe in the law of gestation, where there's a time, there's a grace period for everything. Though I also believe in magic and instant healing and everything like that. But normally there's trusting, there's time, divine timing, and you surrender and you let go. And of course, there's the law of inspired action, right? You have to do the work. It's not one live, it's not one webinar, and that's it. I remember last March, I did a webinar and only 5 people attended. And 3 of those 5 people enrolled in my life coaching course. It was a free webinar. Only 5 attended. 3 out of 5 enrolled in my high ticket program. If I was like depressed and I didn't offer my very best because I was like, oh, only 5 are here, I wouldn't have delivered my very best, right? If I operated out of ego, but I was like focused, oh, these are my promised people. Because that was my ego side. I like validation, and I was more putting value on the quantity than the quality. I don't know why, but I was like that before. So now I'm more like, even if it's just one person in the room, I'm gonna give you what you deserve, the love that you deserve, the service that you deserve, the teachings that you deserve. I'm gonna give you the very best of me. I'm all yours, even if it's just one, you know. So also consciously choosing myself to be part of really amazing communities, masterminds. I'm part of masterminds filled with successful women who are far more financially abundant than me, who are from all like international, all parts of the world. So I'm part of Soul Aligned Business and Soul Aligned Money programs by Anna Kidney. And these people have the highest standards of themselves. And it's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up, I'm telling you, because so I get overwhelmed and I digress and I take a rest. And then now I'm more stable now with like, it's okay. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to pressure myself because these people are like millionaires, billionaires, and crazy, like their abundance exchange. My coach charges £2,222 per hour of coaching. I'm like in my head, I want to reach that space, that stage when I'm like, I'm not surprised anymore with that, because that's her norm, so I take notes, I learn, and I make the shifts in the way I think, in the way I speak, in the way I act. I think calmer now. I was more like really pressured when I was starting, because I was like, I remember even getting like irritated when I was having a meditation session, and then I will hear like noise in the back, because I want to give my best. I was a perfectionist, right? So before, when I was starting, I was less calm, now I'm more calm. I believe so. Though, of course, sometimes there are still moments of pressure, which are healthy. Yeah, so how do you make the belief changes, right? As I mentioned, there's so many limiting beliefs that I have. Like, I have the victim mentality. I have and I shared this in my if you're part of the mailing list, I shared all of the limiting beliefs that I feel like um I'm not worth of so much more. Remember the song, "There must be more than this provincial life"? That song, that was always in my head. Have you ever felt like you are meant for more? I share this in my mailing list, in my newsletter, in my Instagram post. If you did, I hear you and I understand the feeling. Like, you feel like there's so much more. And I was working my ass off for years, thinking that I had to work so freaking hard in order to be successful, in order to live the life to the fullest. And I had to shed a lot of programming, negative programming, limiting beliefs, such as, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, I don't know where to start, no one will believe in me, I don't have the time, I don't have enough money, I don't have the energy, I have to be perfect, I don't know yet what to do, I'm unworthy, more money is equal more problems, money is evil. I can either make money or follow my passions, or both. Not both. I can either make money or follow my passion, but not both. And it's harder for a rich man to get to heaven. So I would love to be poor so that I can go to heaven, or I have to work hard for money. I'll be judged by society if I do it. Abundance is only for a few. I cannot be spiritual and wealthy at the same time. They will not accept me. I will be ostracized if I do this. No one will believe in me. It's wrong to charge because I'll be considered like an outsider. I wouldn't belong. You name it, I've got it. And I'm glad that slowly I have cleared all those limiting beliefs. And yeah, thanks to the worldwide pandemic, I was able to finally pursue my dreams of becoming a Reiki master, life coach. I started to enjoy having my own wellness business amidst the struggles and challenges. And now looking back, I'm so proud of how much the version of myself 3 years ago has changed and transformed into who I am now. And I'm still letting go of attachments. I'm still healing. But I know that I'm living my life purpose, my soul purpose, on a daily basis in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. I'm here in the United Arab Emirates. So sometimes even I ask myself, I'm like, can you believe it, Aleli, you're here? You finally made it. I mean, not finally, because I have more dreams, but meaning I wanted to get out of the Philippines. I quantum leaped in a matter of months. And though I'm still a work in progress, I know that I'm a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. And you are too. Okay, so I have achieved something that the past version of me thought was impossible, because I believed in myself, and I want you to believe in yourself. I have done a lot of inner work, and I want you to do your inner work. I have had so much coaches and healers, classmates also, who helped me along the way, sisters, teachers, even my students have helped me along the way. And the quality of students that I have now, I can say that they're so much better than the ones that I've attracted in the beginning. I'm not saying that they're not good people, but I'm just saying, like, the way they value me, even if it's just like 2 handfuls times 2, like 20, I have 20 to 30 people who, like, I constantly communicate, who really would give great testimonials about me. And would collaborate with me, these are my soul-aligned clients or students. And I'm still I'm still continuously growing, evolving, and transforming on a daily basis. All right, so I think I've shared enough. That's it. So how do you do it? Again, commitment, consistency, courage or core confidence, collaborating with soulmate connections, stop comparing yourself to others, communicate your gifts with love, always coming from a place of service, and constantly investing in yourself. So I've been enrolled in several courses, right? When I registered my business here in 2021, I was enrolled in classes like capacitar wellness classes. I'm enrolled with my Reiki master teacher in the Philippines, teacher Isa. I also enrolled in life coaching courses from Canada with Gabriela Embon from Canada. Also from Third Eye Wellness, I took a lot of theta healing classes. When I became an executive training provider by the IPHM, I joined 3 mastermind courses: Soul Aligned Business, Soul Aligned Money with Anna Kitney. She's an international spiritual advisor, teacher, and expert in intuitive business coaching and energy healing based in the UK. And now she just expanded here in Dubai. Everyone's coming in Dubai. I just realized, like, Mind Valley is here, Sri Akarshana is here. Spiritual teachers are coming here to teach and organize retreats. So I also enrolled in the CEO accelerator program with Elle Crawford. So she's not a spiritual teacher, but she believes in affirmation. She's a high performance business coach. So I enrolled in her course to develop more learnings on social media marketing, online service. The course is actually for online service marketers, online service providers. So on top of that, I hired my own virtual assistant as a team. Yeah, and I think all of those factors contributed to how I was able to finance my personal expenses, my continuous investment in myself. I also enrolled my son in his international baccalaureate program, which is well known to deliver high quality, superior educational experience. And thus, it's very expensive. It entails more expensive investment because more quality, normally more investment and more results, because it's circuitry, you allow abundance to flow through you. And I show up regularly, coming from a place of service, coming from a place of soul. From 0 followers, negative revenue, I grew to more than $5,000, and I have a lot of monthly bills and expenses as an entrepreneur, as a mom. But I'm amazed at how abundance flows through me more than ever, and I'm just really grateful, and I'm just really, really happy that I'm living a life in alignment with who I'm really meant to be, in alignment with my soul purpose, which is teaching, empowering people, and helping others in their personal development. So anything is possible. It is possible. I want you to believe that. And I want you to keep on believing in yourself. I think I'm going to end here, but I hope that you will continue to work with me. So together, let's align with our soul purpose and collective ministry as awakened light workers, as wondrous vessels of love and light, healing, joy, and empowerment. So if you wish to know more, I'm doing the rerun of my specially created energetic selling and spiritual entrepreneurship workshop this weekend for energy healers, wellness practitioners, mindset coaches, and soulful CEOs like myself. So it's you and your soulful business. Do what you love what you do, and receive the greatest reward. So it's a 2-day live workshop immersion. As I've mentioned, it's the workshop that I offered, where I met 3 of my soul-aligned students who enrolled in my life coaching course because they super love the program. They love how they were able to discover themselves. And it's also the workshop where I met my investors. So they told me, I love you and what you do. We love you and what you do. So they're a couple. I want to invest in you. I didn't ask for it. It was just like, it fell in my lap. So if you want to know more, I'm offering it again this weekend. It's pay what feels good, meaning any amount that feels good for you, any amount that you're willing to give, any amount that it feels right. Why am I doing this? Because I want to share my passion, my purpose with more people. And it was a sudden decision, actually. Normally, I promote workshops a month in advance, but last week, I asked my soul, my inner being, how can I give value this week? And that's the answer that I got. So I hope you'll join me. Again, you will receive a one-on-one coaching session with me if you pay in full. It's extended, early bird is extended until tomorrow, July 11. So again, I will be your intuitive success mentor, your transformational teacher, your master energy healer. So you're gonna get a session with me. Actually, I extended the early bird, so you get 2 times if you enroll tomorrow. And again, I'm gonna be teaching you how to clear visibility fears, increase your wealth consciousness, get excited every day working with people you love who are a right fit for you, dreamy clients, soul-aligned clients, how to manifest these people in your life, how to step into your personal power and expand your energetic field from to me consciousness to as creator, as me, God consciousness, being one with the creator consciousness. Allow me to teach you how, and allow me to bombard you with positive affirmations and energy healing downloads and empowering statements and personal experience for you to get excited every day, working in alignment with your soul purpose, working joyfully, for you to do what you love and love what you do and get paid abundantly, loving your everyday work, your light work every day on a daily basis. And the goal of this course is I want you to up level and recalibrate your money mastery business mindset to a higher level of abundance, overflow, joy, and ease, and expect so many things coming your way. Okay. I want your cooperation in this. Release the, victim mentality, scarcity mentality, complaining mentality, replace it with gratitude, with love, with joy. So it's happening this weekend, July 15 and 16, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Dubai time, or 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Manila time. So total of 8 hours for 2 days, 1 weekend. Again, it's pay whatever feels good for you. And when you pay in full, you receive the video recording, your PDF manual, the workbook, presentation slides, plus one-on-one coaching sessions with me. If you pay in full, fast action on or before tomorrow, July 11th. Okay, so DM Soulful or register at, I'm going to type in the comments, bit.ly. I'm going to pick an oracle card before we end. Guidance. So this is the link to register. This is a rerun of this is a foundational masterclass of my very special brand new VIP offering. So after this, I'm going to be offering a VIP offering that includes a more extensive training program that will last longer for 5 months. And we will be revealing all of the juicy details soon. But for now, this is the foundational masterclass happening this weekend. You learn a lot about personal branding, spiritual marketing, and energetic selling. All right, so let me just pick an oracle card for fun. Ooh! Oh my goodness. Why are oracle cards showing over and over again? Why? Tell me. This if some of you were here yesterday, this appeared, and the other day, like Sunday, I was doing angel oracle sessions for Empowered Women's Club. This came in one of the questions. It's about a heartbreak issue, and then yesterday in the oracle sharing session here on our, because I do angel oracle sessions for my online sisterhood circle exclusive Facebook group, and then yesterday I did a public oracle sharing, and then this also appeared. And then now it's here again. So what's the meaning of this? If you have the wisdom of the oracle card deck, you'll know the meaning of this. It's about flexible, so teachability, open-mindedness, letting go of rigidity, you know, rules meant to be broken. Release the rigidity, and being adaptable, resilient and adaptable without compromising, of course, your core values, what's important for you. But really, be open to teachings and learning new things, be malleable while remaining grounded and rooted on the ground. Okay? That's great. And then if there's an affirmation card that will help us today. I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. So let us be free. Let's allow ourselves to receive, open our hearts and minds, open our spirit. That's the message today. Remember, your natural essence is love. You're meant to be free. It's your birthright to be happy and abundant and free and joyful. So please allow yourself to receive more joy, to become freer, more free, and allow things to be easy. Allow yourself to receive more love, and you are worthy of so much more. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Have a wonderful week ahead. May you take this feeling of well-being with you through the rest of your week and your month and beyond. And I hope to see you this weekend. Come join me in our very special workshop, You and Your Soulful Business. Allow me to teach you and heal you and nurture you and guide you and empower you. I also have a mailing list if you want to receive love letters or inspirational messages, or if you want to be updated on our upcoming classes and workshops. And if you want to receive free workbooks, well-being webinars, access to meditations, please join our mailing list. So I'm going to be typing again, bit.ly/ELC-mail on the comment section if you want to join. And I also have an exclusive WhatsApp group for Empowerment Life Coaching where we give regular oracle guidance. So if you want to join, let me know. Again, may you take this feeling of well-being with you. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to teach you, to share beautiful energies with you, and to just vibe with you today. Please join me soon, and I hope we connect again. You can always message me. You can always schedule a discovery call with me. And I'm just here. Follow me on Instagram at Aleli Carissa or at Empowerment Life Coaching online. I hope you learned, and I hope you activated or formed new synaptic connections in your brain. And I hope this expanded your energetic field, activated energetic codes, help you released some negativity and fears in this. When you go to webinars like this, when you attend seminars like this, there's something inside you that gets activated, right? I mean, that happens to me. So thank yourself for being here. Be proud of yourself for being here, for dedicating this exclusive time for empowerment, for personal development, for self-love. Thank you very much for joining me. And I hope to see you really soon. Thank you.